this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hollywood DA here with another episode of This Is It. We're here for the review of House of Dragons. You've seen the title, you clicked it, you know what it is. Season 1, Episode 9, The Green Council. I got my peoples in the building with me. Corey Roy down below, what's good with you?
Aha! Yes, all right. Let's get it, man. Game of Thrones, The Fire, the House of Targaryen. It's crazy madness. The king has died. So what's going to happen now? It's been a hell of an episode. A great, I enjoyed it, but I got some things to talk about though. So let's go ahead and get into it.
There it is. And then we got my boy Phenom 202. What's good with you? What's good with you?
I'm 202 DDA representative. Yo, who had foot fetishes and kids fight club on their bingo card? Anybody? Nobody?
Yeah, for real.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah, that's
The
real.
foot fetish. Yes.
That is real. That is real. So the episode starts off right when your boy, he's died. I guess he's discovered by, some of the servants or what have you. Child runs in and tells the spy number 1, Taylor. She runs and tells the queen. And it's on and popping. They go ahead and have an emergency council meeting. And basically, she just lets it out like, did she speak with her dad first?
She did.
She spoke with her dad first.
Yeah.
It was like, his last breath. It's the truth. He said Aegon's supposed to be king. His dad was like, I don't care if it's the truth or not, because that's what was going to happen to you. You know what I mean? And then
we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yo.
It's like Trump and them votes, yo. Let's just say we won, and I'll take it from here, yo. That's basically what dude said, yo.
Yeah,
It was an interesting situation, though. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
It was. Oh no, I was just gonna get to the council. Basically get to the council. We can just wherever you jump around, however you want to speak. We get to the council. She says that was a dying wish. Some people said, nah, that's bullshit. Some people was like all down with it. You know what I mean? So just go ahead, y'all jump in it. Man.
This was I love this. I love this whole thing because you could tell that this had been brewing for a while. And even though people were sad about the king passing, it was almost like they was ready for him to go. They was ready for him to go, because as soon as Middlefinger said his little piece like, the king has died and let's all be sad in the moment.
The service, the peaceful.
Now that we got that over with, let's get to business.
Yeah.
For real, yo. Yeah.
And she was spellbound by that. She was like, yo, what? Literally. So I loved all of that. And of course, my man, 67, 84 grand and all, he wasn't feeling it, and he wasn't happy about it. And Christian Cole showed him, this is the way.
Yes, sir.
So he called a body, yo.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, man, like Allicent, I really wasn't feeling that bad for her in some of these episodes, but I felt bad for her in this episode only because she knew she got manipulated. She didn't know at the moment, but when she found out the play was in play, she was like, "Oh, y'all was scheming behind my back." You know what I mean? Y'all was playing me the whole time. Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, the Lannisters are always assholes, yo. He was like, "So we put the plan in motion now?" He was like, "Yep." Other dudes was like, "Say less, yo."
Yeah, I know. They were basically, that's what it all was. It was all a say less. Yeah, and Corey, as you said, just get a shout out to my boy Lord Beesbury, the master coin. You know what I mean? He was the one. He was like, I know Viserys for 30, 40, 60, 30, I think
40,
50, 60 years. I knew when he had hair and his face.
Yeah.
I know the boy's eyeball fell out. So what he said, he was like, I'm 6 years and 76 and 70 years. I don't know now, because that's how they said 76. But your boy, Sir Simp, motherfucker put him down. I was like, damn. It was fucked up because they just kept the meeting going. It was like, boom, boys is bleeding on the table. It was like, one black dude was like, yo, can we go ahead and get rid of the body? And it was like, nah, ain't nobody leaving.
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy though, man. Like that. And the funny thing is, that's how it goes for the rest. That set the tone for the rest of the episode.
Really
Yeah.
did.
Bend the knee or don't.
but I ain't gonna lie, yo. I had some worries when this episode started, yo, because you know my biggest pet peeve of this whole entire show is that's
Everybody's
all.
gonna be in the same room.
Yes, I was like, yo, if we do 30 minutes in this fucking room and I'm talking, I was like, so I was glad when my boy stepped up, the King's Guard, lead dude, the King Guard. He was like, yo,
That was a dope scene.
Yeah, it was. But he's always, I don't say he be punking Sir Simp, but he always puts him in his place. Even after he killed the dude, he pulled out the sword, was like, yo, like chill out. You know, and then Alicent was like, nah, chill. But basically Otto was like, yo, take the King's Guard up to Dragonstone and go ahead and offer Princess Rhaenyra, and Daemon this basically a settlement. I don't even know what you want to call it. Some
Before you get
terms.
there, that was the settlement before. The first settlement was go kill their asses.
Yeah.
And that's when dude was like, nah, because if you remember, the king that the King's Guard that resigned, he was her protector, Rhaenyra's protector when she was young.
Yeah.
So
And actually,
obviously he didn't want to kill him.
Yeah, and actually, right. He wasn't actually that part wasn't the settlement. He was basically saying go up there and take him out, and that's when he was like, nah. He was like, y'all, my duty is to the king, and till y'all got a king, fuck y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and even Alicent even said that. She
Alicent
said the king would have never wanted that anyway. Why would the king want anybody to kill his daughter? So she was against that whole idea, and I think that's when she really started recognizing, like, yo, this. I was literally a piece in the game all this time. I was just a piece on the chessboard.
Yeah, she thought she was the queen. Your bitch ass is the pawn. Like, you know,
pawn in the game of chess.
She thought she was the queen. She thought she had all the moves. Forget
her
you,
dad
bro.
was
Forget
the
you,
worst.
Bishop.
As the pawn.
Yeah.
You're right. She was the pawn because her dad made her go have some babies.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad made her shut up and just play her role.
Yeah.
Her dad made her go push her son to be king. Her dad put that guilt trip on her, and her dad had a plan behind her back, yo.
Yeah. Her dad got her to the other side of that board. Was like, "Yep, I'll take this piece. I'll take a real queen. Like, I'm the queen. Like, you know what I mean?" He's like, "Yo, I get my pieces back." That's all. He just pimped her ass to the other side of the board.
And he almost became like a pseudo king in a way.
I mean, that's what I think. That's his plan. I mean, that's his plan.
I mean, really, he was making the rules on behalf of the throne, and he wasn't even the king.
He's middle finger. Littlefinger did the same thing back in the day.
The same thing
in Game of Thrones, yo.
Yes, he did.
So basically, those plans that have been laid long time ago before Allicent was involved. Everything's pretty much in motion except for the part to kill Ray. But they're trying to get it done. Allicent doesn't want it done. So fuck it. It's like, all right, well, what's the next step? We gotta get our new king. And your boy Aegon is MIA. Nowhere to be found.
Man, he really MIA.
Yes, sir. So basically they're having a race to get to Aegon because, you know, if Otto gets to him first, he's gonna basically influence him to go ahead, set everything, send out the troops to kill Ray. And that's Rhaenyra, just so y'all know. That's what I call her. I call her Princess Ray. Instead of Riri, shout out to Rihanna. Umbrella, my favorite girl before she got pregnant by ASAP, but that's another whole nother story. So shout out to Ray. Umbrella. And then Alicent wants to get to him first so she can convince him not to kill Ray. Right. So so the race is on, man. Your boy Otto sends out Eric and Arik. I guess that's the names.
Yeah,
Eric and Eric.
Eric and Eric.
That's how black people say Eric.
Eric and Eric. This is not the twins. And Alicent sends out Aemond and Sir Simp.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I mean, you know, I just keep calling him Sir Simp.
Because he is. He real sweet on the princess, yo.
Yeah. I mean, So what y'all think, man, about
thought
this
it-
whole thing?
I thought it was dope.
Yeah, I thought it was dope. I mean, it was definitely a race against the clock. You saw two people on opposite ends trying to get the same person, and each of them had their objective on why they wanted to get Aegon. And it was. I love the fact how they were going through the bowels of the kingdom. Like this dude is really hiding and living a totally different life than what everybody. I mean, they knew he was doing some bad stuff, but when they really had to go down, it was like, yo, this kid is not. He is not trying to do this.
He was out on Silk Street. That's what they call it. He out there on Silk Street every night. Doing this thing.
So he be escaping his protector.
Yeah.
Because we know when they said, "Where's the king?" at? He's like, homie be dipping, yo.
Well, I didn't say he escapes because he said he abuses his power. He's like, yo, he tells me not to follow what's supposed to say.
Yeah.
He the prince. What am I supposed to do?
And you go out there. It's funny when they start going through Flea Bottom, Silk Road, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They were like, they go to this kid fight club where the kids got their teeth filed down and their nails filed down. And
but
then
the illest shit there was, I don't know if you was about to say, my bad, go ahead.
No, I was about to say when they panned to the corner, seen this little infant sitting over there with blonde hair.
Yeah.
They was like, that
Aegon?
Yeah, that's Aegon.
Yeah.
He's like, yep.
He probably got a whole bunch of them around.
But but he wasn't even an infant though. He was
he's a toddler, yo.
Yeah, he was probably about
4.
I was like, look older than that. I thought he was about 6 or 7. That's why I was like, yo,
6 or 7.
I was like, Aegon been getting it on in the end for a minute.
He been doing it for a minute. And what's the deal with this one girl that's like the handmaid? Why is she so upset? You think he been abusing her, like secretively abusing? Because remember, the mother was talking about Aegon and came to her first and was like, "Where is he?" And she was like, "He's not here."
Oh no, I think what it was, like he used to bring Aemon there. I think he took Aemon there to get his rocks off to show him how to please a woman and get
she wasn't upset. Yeah, she wasn't upset. She was just like, because actually, Aemon, he gave a story. I mean, he told a story. He was like, that's how he knew he would be out there. He was like, because when I turned like 15, he was like, I need to get my thing wet. That was his words. He's like, I had to get. He wanted me to get wet. He brought it to the brothels.
I think she might be the one to make gay to him.
Because she was like, you grown up. That's what she gave the eyes. She was like, you grown now, huh?
He's like, he ain't want none of that, yo.
None of that.
No, he might just be asexual, yo.
Nah.
Women don't like nothing, yo.
No, he definitely likes a woman.
What woman you think he like?
His sister, yo. He had,
you think so?
Y'all ain't notice the way he be staring at his sister, infatuated. Yo, he loves his sister, yo. To me.
We'll see.
And look, I'm not a book reader. I don't know. I haven't looked at any spoilers, but yeah, he always be giving her the eye, yo. Especially whenever Aegon says something bad, he always be looking at her like. Because even before, when he was like, "Yo, I had to marry her," he was like, "I would have married her."
I forgot
put that in my conspiracy notebook, my Ollie conspiracy notebook, yo, to see if it's gonna come to fruition now. But no, I mean, and that's the thing. But even like off of those tropes, you know, they race through the city, and they run into each other. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. They know they're on the same mission.
Yeah.
And then they find your homeboy, yo.
Yeah, they do eventually find him. I was expecting them to find them, but what I was talking about. Go ahead, Ali. Go ahead.
Oh no, you can go ahead because I was just gonna say how they found them. Like,
yeah, let's go into that because that's kind of what I was going into. Like, it really got to a situation where there was a girl with, I forget what the girl's name was. She was like, "Look, I know how to get to the prince because I know that's who you're looking for." Yeah, and they're like, whatever, you know, we don't. But she's like, "How much is going to cost you?" But she says she knows somebody, but you got to bring the hand with me to meet with. I think I want to translate the white.
They call it the white worm.
The white worm. Yeah. So I'm really wondering the whole deal about this white worm and how it's going to come later because she was. But
you are that's Damon's old concubine.
Oh, I knew she looked familiar.
Yeah.
She came up.
She came up. She came up in the last episode. That's who Tyler, the housemaid, went to. She's like basically the new what's his name for Sarah's? The new Varys. My man with the bald head and the old joint that had all the little kids and everybody. He had all the whispers. You know what I mean? The guy with it cut off his. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a eunuch.
Yeah, the eunuch. So
Yeah.
the best basically that's what she is. So that's who that was.
Yeah.
I knew she looked familiar.
Yeah, she had that accent though was motherfucking when she was talking at the table. I was like,
It was bad.
I was like, yo, I don't know. I guess she was trying for like some new country or some new shit. But I was like, why is she talking? I was like, why is she talking like this?
That's so funny y'all said that because I thought the same thing. I was like, is this purposeful? Like, what is she doing? Did she just she just should have talked regular?
Yeah,
honestly.
I wonder where she's from though. Like she sound like I don't know, like not from Dorne.
Yeah, it's
Dothraki or something.
I'm sorry, her name's Masera on the show.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, that accent was shit.
Trash. That's what it was. Beep beep beep. We backed up the garbage truck on that one and nobody was around, like looking at her, like yo, like no man. I said, man, there's no PAs, production assistants, no. The director I guess the director was letting it fly. Like none of the actors were just sitting at the table, like like yo.
You're right, yo.
So real talk. Yeah, somebody should have been like, cut. Like, look. Let just go back to the way you was talking before.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. What did you guys think about? It's the guy with the eye missing.
Aemond.
Really wanting the throne and secretly hoping that they don't find Aegon. What would y'all thoughts?
But that was a theme too, because Aemond was like, I could be a better king. He has a swordsmanship. He knows what the lineage is supposed to be. History. He knows it. One of the twins, Eric,
biggest dragons.
One of the biggest dragons. He has the biggest dragon in the world.
Yeah.
And one of the twins was like, yo, I want to bring him back. The other one's like, yo, why bring him back? He ain't gonna be a good king anyway. He don't want it. He don't deserve it. One's like, I took an oath. The other was like, F the oath. This ain't how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could have killed them and nobody would have known no difference.
Yeah. I did think something was going to go down. I really did. Yeah. I thought he was whispering in Christian Cole's ear, and I was like,
I think Cole agreed because Cole know who been out there practicing them. Like, you know, they had their battle. I mean, of course, Cole, but I mean, Aemond puts in the work. But he's always, even in the previous, when he was a child, they say he was always obsessed with the dragons. I mean, he's like, as you said, he was always like down with the history and doing this and that. So he definitely is the one that should be king. But it is what it is, yo. Yo, who come out first sometimes. That's all that matters. So
he came out last though.
Yeah.
He's the second born son, but he's the last kid born,
So basically the White Worm gives up the goods. So happens that Sir Cole and Aemon end up at the same place with the Eric and Eric. They come out, and it's funny how you mentioned that how the one dude didn't want the one of the Erics, didn't really give a fuck because his boy went out there. He started fighting Cole. He was just sitting up at the top, just looking down, like like he was like, yo.
He wasn't even trying to help.
Cole even said, he said, yo, where your brother at? Yo, your brother ain't gonna help.
His brother was like, yo, he was like, fucking y'all can have my whole group.
Because real talk though, I mean, I'm sure you gotta serve who you're serving, but sometimes you gotta be like, yo, it's not even, why am I even giving my life up for this guy? Like, look what he doing.
I'm sure most of them think that way. Like, well, anybody who knows him, especially people that know how he be out there on Silk Street. So
raping people, all kinds of stuff. I mean, he abuses his power in the wrong way, and I'm flashing forward a little bit, but I felt that. Because all that time he never wanted to be on the crown, but the moment he got that cheer from the crowd and he finally got accepted, I almost felt that sense of that arrogance come out again. Like, oh, he want to be.
That's what I.
That's definitely. He's definitely gonna be. I can't call him Joffrey Part 2 because he's before Joffrey. He's definitely like the new.
New Joffrey.
Yeah, you saw it in his face. Like, you know, like you said, once he got that applause, he's like, oh, I got this power. Oh, but to me. They didn't see this coming. Like, your boy's a rapist, so you already know he's like a power crazy, like bury him under jail, dude. He out here got his own kids willing to fight in a motherfucking Fight Club. I don't even know what to
Yeah.
call that shit. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
know, man. Damn, that's
They lock up Mike Vick for dogs. This thing got his own kids with shaved down teeth and nails. Like,
Yeah,
like
it's
the dude
crazy.
is a sicko. So
Yeah.
he could be like, I ain't want it, but how they didn't see it coming? Like, oh, I get this power. He was like, oh, you know, it's about to be on. He was like, oh, now I can really do whatever the fuck I want.
I give an analogy, yo.
And did you see his mom had that look in her eye when she kind of swallowed, like, okay, I've done what I've needed to do, but I don't know if I'm really happy about it. Y'all go back and look at it. She has that superb acting right there.
Yeah.
Like, but go ahead, Fino.
So 2 things. One, you got to understand this. Even in this day and age, people put people in powers because they know that they can manipulate them people. Know what I'm saying? We see it in our country to this day. They put somebody in power thinking they can contain them and get what they want out of them. Same thing back then. They like, especially the hand of the king. You know, back even with Tyrion Lannister, when Jeffrey was king, he was still pushing his agenda. He was just a figurehead, even though Jeffrey was bad.
Joffrey
Was bad.
Say his name right, yo.
No, his name Jeffrey, yo. But even kind of circling back, so once they bring him like back to Alicent, I'm not sure if they brought him back first, and then she met with Rhaenys, or she talked to Rhaenys. No, she talked to Rhaenys first.
Yeah, because once they brought it back, I think the next time you see one Alicent, they were in the buggy going to the ceremony.
Yeah. So I do want to talk about, you know, after the king died, Rhaenys was locked up. She's like, yo, why y'all locking me up? And then when Alicent came in there, like, yo, your cousin's dead. And then, you know, they started going back and forth, and you know, she was like, "Yo, you can have Driftmark, you know, just pledge allegiance to me." But she's like, "Oh, what about Rhaenyra? Don't worry about that." But one thing that I even jotted this down because all that stuff Alicent was spitting to Rhaenys, talking about your husband left you for 6 years, he about to die, you have no allies, she killed your son, your daughter dead. You know, I'm giving you an out.
Yeah.
And Rhaenys said that you desire not to be free, but make your own window in the wall of your own prison.
Yeah.
That's what she said to her. And I was like, you know what? You sitting speaking and calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
You in hell right now. You in prison. You got these men. And she even said that. You let all these men take advantage of you. Your husband, your father, and your son.
Yeah.
So she spoke truth. And that's what she old enough to be like, you know what? I've been around the globe. Around this world, I was supposed to be queen. It ain't happen. I'm just gonna fall back and just drop these gems on you.
Yeah, I thought that was a hell of a line. When she said that, I was like, "Oh shoot!"
That
she
was
poked in the soul on that one.
Yeah,
because that was a good one. Because she's like, this whole time you think you've been the queen, but really deep down inside, you know, you just trying to carve out a window in this prison that you got. I was like, "Damn, yo, that's deep." But the reality is, that's true. Because it all starts to reveal to her more and more through this episode that she was a prison in the whole scheme of this throne, everybody trying to get to the Iron Throne. So I don't know what happens in the books, but at least from what I saw that her talking with the queen, her trying to play the game, but the queen kind of talking to her like, look, you're being played in this game, you know. So but the queen is smart. This woman, she knows her shit because she knows how to talk, because she literally was in prison. Really, they were imprisoning her to make a choice, and she was good. She was smart enough to know how to not say no without saying no. And luckily she had somebody that was able to grab her, because she made a powerful entrance at the end to let her know where she stands.
Yeah.
But the funny part is about Rhaenys, that part. Yeah, Rhaenys, I said this before, you know, when somebody be joining on you, talking about you, y'all going back and forth, somebody get you good and you ain't got no comeback. So what's the comeback? Man, fuck you. Like that, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what happened in this episode. Rhaenys got on her ass and she was like, let me know when you make your decision. And just walked out because she couldn't say shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? True. She put facts on the table, and that fact that she dropped, that bomb she dropped on her, when they talked to her pops after that, after they got
she did
Aegon back.
Yes,
I mean that was a conversation in itself.
And it was funny. I mean, not funny, but along with the building the window in the prison, like she was like, "What do you? Why don't you like? What do you really want?" She was like, "Yeah, you want to sit on that throne?"
Throne.
Yeah, basically that's what it. I mean, after all this bullshit, I think she kind of did want to sit on it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So,
They won't have her on. If they want Rhaenyra on the they want Rhaenys on the throne as a woman. They want Rhaenyra on the phone as a woman. I think the middle finger would have had on the throne because that's his daughter. That's better than having his grandson on the throne. You know what I'm saying? But that won't gonna happen.
yeah.
Nah,
Oh
they
yeah,
would never
yeah.
let
It
Allison
definitely
on the
wasn't.
throne.
It definitely wasn't going to happen.
They would have figured out something. They would have middle finger would have had Allison have sex with somebody else just so that she could have an heir to a son. He would have figured out a way to make sure she wasn't on that throne.
No, I think he would have wanted her on the throne. I just said
he would have wanted
it would
because,
never happen. Yeah, it just wouldn't happen.
Okay, gotcha.
Just how Rhaenys would couldn't they would never let that go down.
Yeah.
But so we have that basically. Like I said, we cut Allison in the buggy with Aegon. You know, Aegon's basically he knows what the deal is. He was like, "Yo, that's some bullshit." She was like, "She was like, yo." He said, "He was like, yo." He's like, "Yo, motherfucker, my dad ain't even motherfucker like me."
Yeah.
He had 20
He said
something.
it's been 20 years and he could have changed his mind. All of a sudden, he's going to change his mind now. It was almost like he was saying, like, you heard what you wanted to hear.
Yeah.
He didn't believe it. No, he was like, he called
He
Cap
didn't
on
believe
it
it at
for
all.
real. Like, and that's the thing. Like, he knew it was Cap. Allison, she doesn't think it's Cap. You know what I'm saying? But I read something.
Nah, see, but that's what I'm saying. I think she knows it's Cap.
So I was reading.
You think so?
I read a couple things about that. Like
again,
I mean, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't said that shit in 20 something odd years. Like, well, it's been longer than that he named her Rhaenyra the heir. All of a sudden, he's gonna switch it up now. Like, yes, she heard him say it, but she know damn well this motherfucker was dying and all this. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it this way too. Like, she was never privy to the conversations him and Rhaenyra had, because he kept saying Aegon the Conqueror to Rhaenyra. When he talked to Alicent, he never said Aegon the Conqueror. He just kept saying Aegon.
But this is what I'm gonna say. At first, like last week, I was like, "Yo, this is some craziness, yo." He never told her the story. But then when she's riding with Aegon, she showed him that knife. I was like, the dagger or whatever that has the story and shit on it. I was like, yo, he had to tell the story, because even Aegon got a little hype when he saw the knife. Like, when he saw the knife, he was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? So nah,
yeah, I could see that. I thought she gave him the knife because he knew that was his pop's knife, but he saw it. And like, yo, this is about to be mine now.
I don't know. I just think
that's what I thought too, Phoenix. I thought it was more so like this is a heirloom of big importance. And she says, I physically have it. Like, you know, and him looking at, that's why the kid was like, don't be playing with me, mom, you know, because I guess he knows how important that piece of that dagger is. So I guess that's what I thought. Like her bringing that was a way of her affirming, like, no, I'm not just telling you this, like it's legit because I got the knife. That's what I thought. It was a way of her trying to make him feel more comfortable with what she was saying, because she knew that he won't gonna believe that shit. Which,
he said, Mom, you really got it? I got the knife.
Please. Yeah, that was good. That was good, Ollie. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. Shout out to the Golden Child for all my old heads listening, the young heads. I need to go watch that movie. But I want to circle back a little bit, because y'all went right to the cab, horse and carriage ride.
Horse and carriage, yes, sir.
We got to circle back to when they start wrangling up all the house. The heads of houses.
Oh yeah.
It's
crazy.
Because middle finger was like, "Yo, we got a new king. It's going to be Aegon, not Rhaenyra. So y'all need to swear allegiance to the king, the new king, not Rhaenyra." Some people did it immediately. Others didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So like you said, there was a couple people that stood their ground. A lady, I forgot the lord of that house, his name, man.
I know it's almost like a dictatorship. Like they're asking you, hey, pledge yourself to the house. You have a choice, but really you don't have a choice.
But the people that said no,
the knee.
Yeah, the people that said no, I'm sorry, and didn't bend the knee, they got walked away.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Escorted out.
Yeah, they got there you go. Of course, we see what happened. I mean, later on when Rhaenyra, I think that's her name, was walking out with the head of one of the
Rhaenys.
King's Guard, Rhaenys. I mean, you see them; they're hanging up in the court. You know,
But
Yeah.
you see, he was on. He actually was standing up. Then he kneeled.
Yeah, he kneeled. He was like, "Oh, y'all taking people away." And honestly, yo, this is what I just see. This is this Game of Thrones shit, yo. This
I know where you're going.
this old school shit. There's a lot of pride, I guess. There's a lot of no, we don't break. I'm not an oath breaker. I'm like, all right, yo, guess what? I may not break this oath, but right now, I'm gonna bend his knee. Let me
Pull a
find a little,
Kaepernick, yeah.
man. Let me find a little way out of here. Like even your boy, like they tried to escape. He went
Yeah.
to the front gate on the horse right after it happened. Like, nah, play cool for a little bit.
Yeah,
And then they'd be like, yo, home. I gotta go home. You know, wifey calling. You know, it's late.
Like, yo, I bent the knee, yo. What you want me to do?
Kids asleep. Come on, you know, I'll be back in a week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know how it goes. Like, he just as soon as he bent the knee, jumped on the horse. Like,
But that's the fucked up part about it is your boy Larry, yo. Larry the freak, yo. He peeped him out, man.
The feet freak. The freak.
Dog, what was crazy about it, if you notice in that episode, that part of the episode, he realized that he bent the knee late because he was peeping him from the rafters.
Yeah.
So he in his mind, he's like, let me follow this dude, see what he up to.
Yeah.
So that he the one that snitched and said, yo, he was about to leave.
Yeah, he did.
Brought him back in, and that's when they hung him. You know what I'm saying?
So we had, I guess we skipped over that part too. I guess we can't, yo. For all my people out there at fetish.org, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you. To all the, was it Rex Ryan? Rex Ryan had a foot fetish?
Rex Ryan had a foot fetish.
Yeah, all the Rex Ryans of the world, yo. Love it, you know what I'm saying? You love it, you like it, I love it. Well, what? No, you love it, I like it. I don't know. Either way, it's something. But it was funny when she was talking to me. I was like, "What the fuck she doing?" She put her foot on the table.
What she was doing too.
Then he was talking. Then she took
one foot off, one shoe off, another shoe off.
But
put her feet up on the desk.
Took her stockings off.
But I rewatched it because when I rewatched the whole episode, I noticed like at first she was saying something like a little cryptic. Then when she put her foot on the table, he said just said what it was. Then she was saying something else. So she put that stocking down. He was like, "Oh no, it was Tyler." Like, you know what I mean? It was like every time she did something a little bit more, he was like it went from him talking cryptic to just like, "Oh yeah, whatever," until she just turned around and he started to you know what I'm saying, spanking the monkey, yo.
Started remixing, yo.
Yeah, remixing.
But the thing about it is, when he was giving out information and she was asking for information. She asked him a question. He was like,
yeah.
And that's when she pulled down the stocking. He was
like,
it was your handmaid, yo, the one that, your side, the person that's tending to you.
Yeah.
She the mole. And then he got the whacking, yo.
And
my thing about it is you can add him to the list of people that manipulate her, all the men. So that's all that Rhaenyra knew.
Yeah.
Now, that's four dudes that got
nah, this one. Yeah, well, not what you're saying, but I do want to say because on the rewatch, I watched it. Yo, her feet.
Medieval.
Yo, they were like beefy. They weren't even like petite. Like
really?
Nice.
I didn't
go back
so.
and watch it. No, go back and watch it. Yo. Dog, she at least wearing like
she got Flintstone feet.
She definitely like 11s. Tendon boys, like, and she probably only like 5'3" though. That's the whole problem. Like. Yo,
now I gotta go back and see. Like you said,
go back and watch it, yo.
I gotta look at the proportion of her feet to her body.
She got pig feet.
So she got Homie the Clown shoes on.
Yo, one time when she put one on the table, I was like, "Yo, is this CGI?" Like,
no.
Oh man, see, I thought her feet were fine. I was thinking that he probably had a big thing about her feet because he wants some royal feet because the women the other women's feet that are part of the kingdom probably don't look as nice as hers. Because see, the queen, she got nice buff feet that no corns or whatnot.
Yeah, you're right. They was buff. They look like they was lifting weights.
Let me ask y'all a question.
They was swole as a motherfucker.
How does one get the gall to ask the queen? What was the first conversation like to let me like? I give you some information, but you gotta show me your feet. And you just ask that from the queen, yo.
I would have to guess that he never flat out asked her.
maybe he kept looking at her feet, and maybe she was like,
and one day she might have did something, and he was like,
let me show another toe.
Yeah. Because I don't think he's crazy enough just to flat out ask her.
Nah, I think it's more, but to me, I think we needed some exposition with that part. Yeah, I don't think so.
I love that whole
You just
scene.
can't go right to.
I actually love the whole scene. I love the scene. The reason why I love the scene was because it was subtle until it wasn't subtle. It was a slow build up. Because if you watch it from the beginning without understanding, you don't know what she's doing. You think she's just relaxing. She's like, look, it's been a long day to kick my shoes off.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, honestly, you're right, because they got me.
So then, it's been a long day to kick my feet off. And then she's talking to him. Then I'm thinking, she's like, okay, let me take my socks off because maybe it's hot or whatever. But then she put them on the dash and she kept them there for a while, I started thinking like, this is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Because you see him talking to her, but he keeps looking down. He keeps looking down at her feet. So whoever directed this did a really good job of slowly building it up to the point that you like, this dude wants to see her feet, especially when she turned to the side and she put her toes on the side and she just looked around like this.
Yo, they was like in the living room or something. They weren't even in like a room. Was it? They was like in the hallway, like sitting on the ottoman or some shit.
I thought it was in her room.
I don't know what it was. I don't know where she was. All I know is this though. They panned to his feet too. When you didn't notice when he was walking, you saw the
they did that. Yeah, but when it came up, his joint was fucked up. So that may be why he desired him so bad.
She's got royal feet, so her feet all real nice. The question is where did he put the business? Because he
he had a whole lot of coverings on him. I mean, he just had to walk out there nasty.
No, but he had like a dry beat.
He can't put that. I mean, he's just gonna on his clothes, man.
He ain't pull out though. That's what I'm saying. It's all on the inside. He can't walk. You can't walk out. Like that's one thing. You can't walk out the Queen's room with the Bill Clinton stain with the.
That's what I'm saying.
What's my girl's name?
I'm thinking
you can't have the Lewinsky. You can't have the Lewinsky on the outside, yo. Yeah, he just had to do a nasty. He was nasty style, yo.
Then he limped around with man juice all up in his trousers, yo. And the thing about it is, yo, it was a dry beat, yo. He just stuck his hand out there and started going to town, yo.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, yo. I dry beat before, yo.
Not me.
You can't never learn to rely on the lube, yo. You rely on the lube too much, you don't fuck up in life.
Nigga had rug burns.
That's what I'm saying.
That's funny.
Yeah, so being tired, lube ain't there, but sometimes you gotta dry beat, yo.
Y'all hilarious, yo. I think he left some droppers on her toes before he walked out. That's what I think.
No, I ain't that.
You don't think on the Queen's feet?
She turned around. That's what she's like. I'm gonna let him do it.
Yo, but that's the thing. It's funny though. Like, all right, so getting back to the content of what he divulged to her. Yeah. She's like, yo, you can't trust your pops, yo. Your pops got spies all up in here.
Oh my God, yeah.
And the thing about it is, you ain't know it. I know it. And it's gonna keep going. Yeah. So you need to know this information so you know what's going on. And she took that bit of information like, yo, he gave her good information, so he had to let her see her feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was some real good information. But then we can circle on to the to the actual ceremony. And this shit was crazy.
Yeah. So was great.
So they wrangle up everybody in King's Landing. You was out on the street. They just made you go to the hall, whether you wanted to or not. They just closed all that shit out. They basically was shutting down roads. They funneled everybody into like this great hall and announced that Viserys the Peaceful died. I don't even. That sounded like a kiss. I shouldn't do that one, but you know what I'm saying. Fuck it. I give him a kiss on the forehead, yo. You know what I'm saying. Get that man his flowers. Passed away, and Aegon is now the new king. Everybody looks around and is like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They don't really give a fuck who king, because none of that really affects them. I mean, I guess it does affect them, but it doesn't affect them.
They don't care, for real.
They're just out here.
Their lives don't change at all. They still the same.
But you see the shit outside my front door. I mean, no, I'm talking about not shit. This literal shit outside my front door. Like, you know what I mean? They out here in the slums. So
yeah. Flea Bottom, yo.
So from there, while the ceremony is going on, Rhaenys sees her chance to dip out because, everybody's at the ceremony. She sees a little boom, cuts to the side. I guess they ain't have nobody down there. You think they at least had one guard by the dragon?
Somebody had. I was thinking the exact.
I was like, yeah,
too,
this
yeah.
is this is left everything uncovered. Rhaenys was able to slip through, get a dragon, come up, and was on and popping. And
this caught me by surprise. I was thinking something was going to happen, but I wasn't sure, because when she dipped out, I thought it was just going to show her dip out somewhere else. Even though the whole time she was standing there and she started walking away, I was like, how is she walking out of here right now? But still along, I thought it was still good. And, Aegon comes up, Aegon doing his thing. And we talked about it earlier. That pop, that applause that he got when they were finally cheering for him, that was an emotional adrenaline rush to him, because I think it fed his cynical, crazy mind. And now he's going to be Joffrey part 1, because we got Joffrey part 2 in the Game of Thrones, but he's going to be horrible. Of course, then right as the ceremony is about to get good, boom, she comes in with the dragon, and I thought that shit was fire, because she let everybody know, like, you thought you had me, but I got you, bitch.
Yeah. She could have killed everybody.
But that's the question.
Why didn't she?
So I
don't know.
I have some thoughts on it. I do. So I want to kind of talk about what Corey just said. I think with Aegon, he was so used to being a fuck up and nobody liking him, and getting that applause gave him a little bit of affirmation, like, yo, these people, they love me. And then that might go to his head. He might be prequel Joffrey, and do some wild, crazy, tyrannical shit. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The dragon. So even when Rhaenyra got escorted out, I was trying to figure out like how she got. Nobody kept a guard on her. None of that stuff. She was almost out the city. They rushed everybody in.
Yeah.
She finally makes her escape. I didn't know what she was escaping to. I didn't know her dragon was that close. You know what I'm saying? I guess the dragon pit was under.
Yeah, it must have been over because she just saw a little stairway. It was like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
And she came up, and the thing about it is, she like, yo, I could have got you. I'm about to go tell right now. You this is about to be a war that you done started. I think she wanted her to know that.
Yeah.
And penultimate episode, man.
Yeah, I guess I'd lie if I was on that dragon. I mean, I guess she's not really a killer though, but that's her. I guess it's not her nature, but at the same time, I might just let it fly. I'm like, let me just end all this right now. Yeah. Because everybody that was important was on the stage. Like, everybody was on there. Like, she could have killed Alicent, Otto, Aemon, Aegon, like
everybody.
Yeah.
Sir Simp. Like, everybody was just on go. But she let him go. So, but I don't think she really wants to be in a war. It's funny because I think she didn't do it because she really ain't want it. I mean, like I said, she's not like super vicious, a murderer or anything. Like, she really ain't down for the war. She's like, yo, even with her husband, when Alicent was talking to her, Alicent had a couple good points. She's like, she's like, yo, you trying to live your life. Yo, it's your husband that was pushing this. And that's probably how she feels. But I don't know if she thinks she might get some good grace, like with letting them live or what have you. But it's on the pocket now.
I think she was just on. I think she was like, yo, y'all was on some sucker shit. Y'all pulled a bitch move, stealing the throne from Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And yo, she never said I was gonna be queen. Like, she never bent her knee to the king.
Yeah, she did.
She was like, nope.
Yeah.
She knew it wasn't right.
Yeah, and they were kind of strong arming her into doing it because they were literally holding her prison. That's why the other guard came to get her, because he was like, yo, this is effed up. Like, you are, royalty. He's clearly understanding what they're doing. They're trying to manipulate people. And of course, he probably felt that eventually she wasn't going to bend the knee, which would mean she was going to get killed. And he was trying to get her out there beforehand. And I'm sure she knew it too. Oh, yeah. So I think eventually her whole reason for getting the dragon was to let them know, like, you think you had me, you thought you had me, but you're not going to get away with this, and I'm here now to not only let you know you're not going to get away with it, I'm going to tell her about what's going on and let them handle it. Because I feel you. She doesn't want to be the one to do this. She could have killed them all, but what would that have done? It does no favor for her. And in this situation, it's she's out of the equation anyway.
Nah,
So-
she's never out there.
She's in the
She
equation
is
now. 'Cause
equation,
she's
yeah.
snitched, yo.
True,
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, now
and
she
she
team black.
snitched. And motherfucking, when the dragon came through, yo, she killed about 1,000 people on the low, yo.
She did.
But they don't give a
All
fuck
the
about
bricks
that.
was falling down and the
yeah.
tail wagging, hitting
But
folks.
no, she's definitely in the mix now. I mean,
But we
first,
know where
like you
her
said, she
alliance is.
didn't bend the knee, and on top of that, she took her dragon left. I mean, because that was the main thing. What even Allicent said, yo, yeah, she wanted her to side up with them because she has a dragon.
That dragon.
She had
Yeah,
she had a
got one
dragon.
of the better ones.
Yeah, and her daughter has a dragon. Like, you know what I mean. So like, if she comes, her daughter's dragon's coming. You know what I mean.
Right.
So it's not her daughter, her granddaughter. I should say her
It
granddaughter.
it helps to even the playing field.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, the penultimate episode, they definitely came through with some shit. Like I said, they had me worried in the beginning, but they pulled it out at the end.
Well, they were clearly out of the room in this episode, all around town.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Still ain't left King's Landing in a while, but that's,
Yeah, I mean,
It
and the
is
thing
what
about
it
it is, do we get to see like Dorne? Do we get to see the Wall? Do we get to see other parts?
I don't think we'll
next
see none of
season?
that in this series.
I mean, I
Well, they
don't
referenced
mind
it,
not
though.
seeing
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I mean, they
read the
reference
books.
all those areas all the
Yeah.
time, but I don't think
Yeah.
we're gonna see them. But I should say as well, the only other thing we kind of skipped over is after a girl gave him the feet for the beats. It just came up my head. After giving the feats for the beats, he did. You saw what happened, like when they was escaping with the queen with Rhaenyra, when dude was pulling out. They showed the house on fire. That was Mysaira's house.
Yeah,
Because remember when the last episode, girl went there, so he had his peoples out there again. The people's no tongues burn her shit down. So
wonder what
she's
she ended up.
Wow.
nah, she ain't no. They definitely
think
kill
so?
her. I mean, nah, they would should her die. You know.
yeah. I hope they
So-
do. I think she might get some get back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's gonna use her spies to help Ray and Damon, and you know Damon's her homeboy, so you know what I mean.
Right.
Even though, you know, they got that thing, he done married off a couple of times. He still, you know how it comes. At least in the guy's head, you always think you can circle back.
Yeah. And the funny thing is like you can't mess with like people like that. You can't do that. If you don't kill them, oh, you might just made an enemy.
Yes,
And
sir.
what's gonna happen to the handmaiden that was with Allicent? Because now her cover's blown.
Yeah, it covers one. We'll see. No, never know. Especially since Shorty house burned down, she might just be like, "Oh, my cover's blown," and dip out. But I guess we'll find out all of this next week. Season finale, and we don't have to.
The season finale.
We
I
gotta
did not
love
know
it, yo.
but
They put out word. The next season ain't coming out till 2024. Not next year. 2024.
Not next. Oh my god.
Yeah, just so you know.
2 years.
Yes, I mean.
Oh wow.
Just so you know. What you get this episode, Phenom?
3.
Out of what?
A 3 out of 10.
I was gonna give it like a 9, but Ollie just blew me with that shit, yo.
I was like,
2024, yo.
Come on.
Yeah, that's the
you
word.
right.
That's the word on the street, yo. 2024.
Look, man, that's some.
Come
I
on,
give this
yo.
episode definitely a 9. I think. I mean, it was what I thought Game of Thrones should be. I do. Only thing I had an issue with was Shorty's about to leave her dragon behind if she would escape, and the crowd pushed her back, so she couldn't leave her dragon.
That's why she got excited when she was getting pushed to that particular place, because she probably realized my dragon is near here.
Yeah, because she did like have a joint because she
Yeah, her
was
face started to light up.
yeah,
face
she
was
wasn't
like,
trying to leave it
oh.
at all. Dude was just like, yo, we gotta
Yeah, the
go.
dude was trying to get her
Yeah.
out of there. She wasn't trying to go.
Yeah,
But,
she wasn't trying to go there.
I give this episode a 9. There's nothing wrong with this episode. I thought it was a great penultimate episode. It was, look, we know how Game of Thrones does a lot of times. A lot of times, penultimate episode could be the finale. I felt like this could be a finale, but we know what's going to happen in episode 10. But damn, why do we have to wait 2 years? They're going to set up everything for season 2, but now we got to wait 2 years for it. So that really sucks. But other than that, this episode is a 9 for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I give that a strong 8.5. I'm gonna keep it always at 8.5 till they get me out of King's Landing. But I did enjoy it a whole lot. I fucked with it hard. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with it as much as my boy limp foot fucks with
Yeah, beats
Bigfoot.
with beats.
Yeah. So it's all about the feats and beats. Yo, but nah, no, the
That's a
episode
good
was
one.
fire. I love it, yo. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week. And that's about it, yo. We'll be out next week. Next Monday, definitely catch us here. We're gonna get into the season finale and just probably talk a little bit about the whole overall season, you know, our feelings and what have you, what's coming up next. And that's what it is. Corey Roy down below, Phenom 202 over there. And we out, man. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, man.
Feats
It was
for
strong.
You can get
beats.
with that. You
That's
can get
funny.
with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you'll get with this, cause this is where it's at. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.